Another major story we're following this morning. Parents, have you checked your bank accounts this morning? The first payments of the expanded child tax credits will start rolling out today. It's widely popular among both Republicans and Democrats, but as some argue, the temporary expansion of this credit should be made permanent. Others worry it could lead to another abuse of the tax system. I filed this report to share multiple different perspectives. To hear more, we're going 360, talking to supporters who say the expanded tax credit could help lift kids out of poverty, so much so that it should remain in place forever. But there are some who argue this bill could lead to more abuse of the tax system and could keep people from looking for jobs. We also hear from a local tax preparer who explains who should take advantage of this money and who might be better off leaving it alone. But first, let's take a look at what's being offered. Heads of households will receive up to $3,600 for each child up to 6 years old and $3,000 for each 6 to 17 years old. Half of that credit can be claimed when filing income taxes for the year, but the other half will be paid in monthly installments from now through the end of the year. Those payments can be up to $300 per month for kids under 6 and $250 per month for kids up to 17. The amount of the credit goes down for people earning over $112,000 per year and households making more than $150,000.
This helps to put food on the table. This helps keep roofs overhead. This helps to keep clothes on backs. This helps to pay for things like childcare and quality childcare nonetheless. So these are exactly the types of investments that we need to support families.
Cavalier Johnson, president of Milwaukee's Common Council, says the need for this money is evident due to the impact of coronavirus stimulus checks. Crystal Peters, a caregiver and mother of 3, agrees.
Expanding the child tax credit will have a disproportionately positive impact on Black and brown communities like mine.
The expanded child tax credit is set to temporarily cut child poverty in half for 6 months to 1 year. According to census data, in Milwaukee County, roughly 40% of children live below the poverty line. Some families, though, say a temporary expansion of the credit is not enough.
It's a temporary fix. It's not enough to maintain households. And to me, families with children need more than just that amount of support.
Meanwhile, looking at things from a different perspective, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson sent TMJ4 this statement, saying in part, quote, "In general, I don't like to use the tax code for either economic or social engineering." Adding, quote, "I'm not a real fan of any types of credits, quite honestly, although that's the system we've got. I just want to make sure it's administered fairly." And U.S. Congressman Glenn Grothman has concerns, too.
You want to make sure that it's not being abused. I mean, if the government's going to begin to write out checks for somebody with 3 kids of $9,000 a year, obviously the incentive to do something wrong is great. We're going to have to see to make sure that doesn't happen.
He also says he worries that this could become another government program that discourages people from seeking work. Sachin Chetta with the Economic Security Project doesn't think that'll be the case.
It is something that will make a huge difference in families in terms of meeting budgets and being able to pay bills, maybe put a little bit aside to repair the car or get a window fixed, but it's not enough to live on.
And so I asked Jaquila Ross, the owner of Ross Financial and the president of the Milwaukee branch of the National Black Accountants Association, what parents should know moving forward.
Depending on your tax situation, you need to consult with a professional to see if this is a good idea or not.
She has this advice as you weigh your options.
If you're one who's always close to owing each year, I do not recommend that you take the advance payment. If you're someone who may get a huge refund everywhere, then it may work out for you to take the advance payment.
And for more information about how to find out if you are eligible to participate in this program, you can head to TMJ4.com and look for this story. We have a link to many resources there. And I've done more than 24 of these in-depth 360 reporting style stories on hot button issues. You can check those out at TMJ4.com/360.